Afternoon, anybody out there? Oh my goodness me, Christmas done and gone. Hope it was good for you. Hope it was relaxing and calm and you had a lovely Christmas lunch, you know, maybe a little bit of Prosecco and we're all nice and chilled and ready for what's coming next. It doesn't feel like a Sunday at all, does it? It's one of those odd days that you never quite know where you are with it. It's only because I think I put Seamless Sunday on this morning. I thought, oh yes, it's Sunday. But here we are, Tile 96. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you've got a tile ready and we're good to give this a go. It's not far now, 400. So let's see where we're heading. So okay, got my tile. It's sort of a lilac-y colour, but yeah, it doesn't matter whatever colour tile you want to go with, it's fine. But I do have with me my regular pen, I've got a pencil and tortillon, and I've got a couple of my coloured pencils here, just in case we get to it. I'll see how I feel when I get there. So here we go. Oh, I'm ready for this. Do you know, it's like, I know we've had a bit of a break, but it just feels longer than it is, doesn't it? So yeah, it's one of those things, but here we go. I know, Julie, you've just been saying it's a bit weird, but not to worry. We're all good to go now, aren't we? All right, I'm going to start with my pencil. Yeah, sharpened it a little bit. It doesn't have to be. It's absolutely fine. But I'm going to sort of aim for the centre. Best way of finding the centre is go point to point. Oh, did you, Susan? Brilliant. Thank you ever so much. It's quite a responsibility to. We really push to get everything out in time. You see what I'm just doing? I'm just sort of guiding my pencil from one to the other, and I'm just going to put a mark where I've sort of got the centre point. It doesn't matter if it's not in the centre, it just makes life a little bit easier for this one. So, okay, I'm just going to add a pencil line. I just want, again, it's a little bit of a guide so we can see where we're going. Very light pencil line. I'm going to turn that round and I'm going to do another. So I've got this sort of cross shape going on. All right. And it's, let's say, sort of in the centre. Oh, okay. Are you ready for this then? I'm going to turn it because I'm going to work just in one of these sections just to start with. So let's make it a little bit larger. Okay. All right, straight in with the pen. There's my centre point. That's what I'm going to be working from. Okay. So, working up back, I'm going to create a sort of a teardroppy shape. There we go. Nice and gentle, no rush. Just take our time. Okay. All right, so let's just turn it round now, and I'm going to do that same shape in this one. I just think whilst I've got the hang of that particular shape and size, I'm gonna do it in all four. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sue. I'm ever so glad that we're loving book 4. It took us a lot of work in there, certainly to get the 24 tiles in, but it was well worth it. Even my mum actually called me. You know, she's used to me, but even she called just to say how nice it is. So I'm really, it's quite a lot from coming from my mum. Okay, there we go then. So I've got that one in all 4 sides. So let's go back to this first one here, or whichever one you sort of find that you're in. Okay, and I'm going to sort of, normally if we were doing this pattern, I would come down a bit and come here, but I'm actually going to go slightly up bank, just a little. So it looks just like it's sort of almost tipping over. There we go, back into that point, you see? And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Okay. Oh, I never, it must be lovely. I was so pleased that a lot of you posted or, emailed me your tiles. I was so pleased that you're confident enough to do that. So there it is, forever published. There we go. All right. So nice and gentle. Just slightly, almost so it's sort of raised itself a little bit. And then I'm bringing it back in. and all the way to that point. There we go. Yeah, oh, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, so it sounds like everybody did, so yeah, we're all back and ready for more. Although I did have a little bit of time off tangling. I did do something different. There we go. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do another one. And again, it's going to be slightly, as though it's sort of, you can see it's sort of raising. Oh, Chris, it's because we've got one tomorrow as well. We have, it's now every day this week until up to New Year's Eve, because otherwise we're not going to hit our 100. So it's pressure's on now to come up with a few more tiles. I've got a few in mind, so it's not like I'm not knowing what I'm doing. They're there. They just need to come to fruition. Certainly the one for New Year's Eve, anyway. All right, and this one. Okay, and then turn again. And the same here. I'm just going to slightly above. Okay. And the same with this one. It's coming in. You see, I'm sticking within my little quarter section as well. So that's just nice to have that little bit of a guide there. Remember, we're going slightly up bank. There we go. And then slightly up bank. There we go. Okay. So this is where we're at so far. All right. So our next section, I'm going to come to, which is the most comfortable to draw. Let's do this one here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a little bit of a curve here. It's just sort of going to have almost like a little ball sitting on the top. So you might decide that you want to do it in pencil first, but you know, I'm going to encourage you to do it with pen. And you can see how I'm going to use this as a bit of a takeoff. So it's giving me a sort of angle to sort of go with. And then just ever so gently bring it all the way around and back in. Woohoo! On that side. Oh, okay. So here we go. We've got another chance to have a go at this. So I'm going to, again, and now if you find it easy to do it this way, then do it that way. It's absolutely fine. It's, yeah, crocuses, yeah. But I'm just going to go with the same way, because once I've done one, I'm just going to rely on that muscle memory just to get me going. There you go. It's not, Lindsay, it's not going to be impossible, honestly. And I do say, if you're really unsure, you know, just give it a go first, you see. Just work your way so you know where you're going. All right. And then let's bring it up and round. You see, I'm actually following that guide, and I'm just going back down into there. And last one, here we go. Deep breath. You've got this. All right. So following that curve just as before, and up and around. Remember, we're not trying to get them all the same. We're just sort of relying on that muscle memory. Let's have a look at that. Woo! There you go. Look at that. Oh, happy with that. Oh. Hey, Gail, honestly, don't worry about it. If it's a bit wonky, it's absolutely fine. Not a problem. Yeah. Oh, Stormwell Julie, I slept through it. Although I think John was up at the early hours this morning. Yeah, Benji went out in the rain, but Seth didn't want to. So I think he'd been back in bed for 20 minutes, and then it stopped raining, and Seth came up and said, I'll go out now. You see that? I've just gone over the top there again, just sort of thickening up that line, adding a little bit more depth to it. So whether you want to go in with a thicker pen or, you know, just like I'm doing, use the same one, but just adding a touch of depth there. There we go. Oh, and France. Well, hello. I bet you are. Yeah, it's so calm here now. I mean, it's a little bit grey and overcast, but You know, there's a little bit of blue up there too. So, again, John was happy with that because he's trying to spray his shed. So he managed to get some done, but he's got to wait now. He's had to order more supplies. So he's busy with that, and of course the dogs are out helping him. So there we go. All right, so here we go. See, just a little bit heavier makes a difference, doesn't it? Okay. So let's go a little bit larger still. I want to actually focus on this sort of shape here. And what I'm going to do, you see I've got a sort of centre line. So let's put that in, but I'm just going to do it in dots and dashes. You see? Okay, so next bit, you see I've got this curve here. And how on earth do you repeat that, or do you get it into proportion? It's a case that I think I'm going to sort of follow this line here. You see where it comes up and slightly curves. So I'm going to follow that, and I'm going to bring it up and in on itself, you see? And then again, on this side, you see again, let's just bring that curve in. So it's coming into that point there. Okay. And then of course we've got another one here. So I'm going to go from there. It's almost like, again, I'm splitting up my space just so I can make life a little bit easier. There we go. And it's just sort of copying those curves. So here, look, I've got a space here. I'm going to split it in the middle. So I'm going to start here, and I need to end up here. So I'm just going to work it round. You see? And then let's do the same in this one here. So starting in the centre and just work it round. Okay? So then you can do that in all of them. Just taking it up to that centre point, working in the middle. And now we've got something to work to and a bit of a guide so we can sort of see where we're heading. Now I'm going to go in that one there as well. Let's see, and I'm actually going to fill in all the gaps as best as I can. Now if I can't go all the way up to that centre point, that's fine. It's just that we're wanting to give it a little bit of depth there. And again, I'm not trying to keep the dots and the dashes all the same. We actually want them different. So just systematically working your way around. Now, you know, if you think, oh, I've got enough there, that's fine. You don't have to do it the same. But, I'm just, see, I'm going to get 2 in there. There we go. But again, they're not going all the way up to the top, but that doesn't matter. There we go. Let's have a look at that. All right. So, of course, we've done one. Yeah. No. It's nice to have that little bit of weight there, isn't it? Okay. So, let's do this one. All right. So, same as before, start in that centre. So, we've got a little bit of a gauge so we know where we're working to. So, again, let's just bring this one round and into the point. Same there. See, just with dots. So this one up to there, and this one gives it that slight curve. Keeping the curve means that it's going to give it a little bit of sort of depth, some 3 dimensions, isn't it? And that's what we're always after. And yeah, we know that the pencils and the shading's going to work, but it doesn't hurt to just give it a helping hand, does it? And just put these curves in as they need to be. So I can see here, if once you've done this a couple of times, it's easy enough to sort of work your way around. But if you want to do each little bit and do the middle of each one and then fill them as you're going, do it that way, that's fine. See, you could go in and do the middle there, but it's however confident you feel with it. Oh, does it, Chris? They used to be on a Sunday, didn't they? It used to be at about the time that it was time for dishes, so I'm afraid I was always washing the dishes. So didn't catch that one. There we go. All right, to the next one. Same as before. Where's that centre? Put that one in first. And then follow it round. And into that centre. Just as before. There we go. Just gives you that idea of where you're heading. You see now I can come in and just add in those little dots and dashes. And again, they don't have to all go to that centre point. You know, you've got a wider space at the bottom, but they're all heading in the same direction, so that's fine. There we go. Just working my way around. It's quite a nice pattern, this, isn't it? It's one of those tangles that if you're not sure what to fill in or with something, you can fill it with this, or if you want to sort of have a little bit of something dangling around, you could use this one. That works quite well. So it's got a couple of options. There we are. So again, around. I'm going to do this one first. There we are. That feels better. And the same here into this one. So who's got chocolates left? Or who's eaten all their chocolates? I've still got you know, but I'm not a chocolate person. I like chocolate now and again, but it's I've still got some. But John and I like different ones, so I've got my Ferrero Rocher and he's got his Quality Street. So yeah, I might have the odd strawberry cream. And I think he's complained because he's only got 2 purple ones in the back and the whole tin. Oh, have you, Viv? Yeah. So we've got a few bits and pieces in, but you know, in moderation. Sheila, you've done well. I think I've had 3 Ferrero Rochers and 1 strawberry cream. That's not bad going. Oh, Lizzie. Did I get cola bottles? I didn't, no, but Garth very kindly sent me some up and I've got a packet of those left. So, you know, who knows, maybe I'll dive into them a little bit later. Or I might save them actually for New Year's Day and take them to Create and Craft with me because they're great to eat in the car, aren't they, on the way home. All right, let's have a look at where we're at. There we are. Okay, so we've got this little bit of a pattern going on. Now, I actually did on the first one, and you can see it there. I just sort of added a little bit more pen, didn't I, to that centre point. So I'm just going to do the same just around on the others, just to give it that extra little bit of weight. Just on that top section there. Oh, they are, Lizzie. They're the fizzy ones. I do like them. Okay. So, just to sort of finish this shape off now, I'm going to bring it, come out here, about here. And I'm going to pull out another one of these lovely curved shapes. And again, working within that quarter section. And then the next one here, in and down into that section there. Okay. You see, I'm trying to work within my section there, so it's not gone down as far as that, but that doesn't matter. Okay. And same with this one. So I'm slightly up here. And then let's bring that one down. That one will fit in there fine. Oh, is that what it is, Nadia? I'll tell him later. However, he was not impressed. But he likes the toffees, you know, the hard toffee ones. And I'm like, no, too much hassle. Makes my jaw ache. Oh, do you, Sonia? See, now the white ones are not my thing. I have to go for the traditional. You know. God, really. I know, we all do, don't we? And I think some of us had made plans and then at last minute you couldn't do it. So I know that it's been a little bit of a crazy one. There we are. Okay. So I'm going to get in another one but this time instead of going up, I'm going to just bring it down. So I'm going to start about here. This one. You see now that's joining? And then here. See, I've just come slightly out of that quarter there, but just to sort of make that happen, it doesn't matter. It was only a guide. And who's to say that it was perfectly square anyway? There we are, see both sides. And this one. I've got one there, so that's going to give me my second one. There we go. So that's all the same all around. Let's have a look. Okay, I think what I am going to do, I'm just going to put a finish on the top of that one there. And the same there. And then bring it round again. One there. Now for those of you that think, oh, why is she not just drawing them in and why is she turning it around all the time? It's always best to turn your tile because then you're getting a similar shape as you go. Okay. Oh, that's nice, Ray. Okay. So I'm back in with this sort of teardroppy shape here. Now I'm going to bring a line up, not all the way. And then I'm going to add a couple more, different sizes. Okay. But then I'm going to add a little diamond or a square shape on the top. Oh, Sue, honestly, there are a couple in store, but I'm waiting for paper to come in, which doesn't come in till the 4th of January. So I'll not have any with me on the 1st of January when I do a show, but I will have some on the 6th if that one still goes ahead. It's just that I haven't had confirmation about that one yet, but I will definitely for then, yes. I've concocted something new for New Year's Day. It's always got to be new, hasn't it? I think so. So there we go. You can see here I'm just adding in those little diamond shapes. I mean, you could add dots on there if you want to. It's entirely up to you. It's just nice to do something a little bit different. There we go. See, I'm working on different size lines. And it's a case that this one here is slightly bigger. There you go. Just filling it in. And again, you could use a gel pen to do this if you like, but you could always come back and do it in a little while if you want to use a gel pen. But we'll stick with the black for now. Oh, Yvonne, I do have some, yeah, I will be bringing them back. They're not on my website yet. I've not updated my website because I didn't want, post's a bit crazy, isn't it? So, anybody that has put an order in on my website, I will get to it next week. It was just, yeah, I'll get there. All right, let's have a look at that. Okay, so if you can, and again it depends on the width here and how wide your sort of shapes are, is can you actually get in 1 or 2 more lines? You notice that I'm always going to that centre point. There's one there. And again, I can go into this one, but again, working back for that centre point there. And again, there's little diamonds on it. Now here I'm just going to go in with ones. There we go, just a little one at the top there. Just filling those in. And then of course, let's bring it back in. So I did 2 on this. And again, you don't have to repeat this. You don't have to make it the same. It's just they're quite big, so I did get 2s in there. And I've just got 1s in that one. And let's add those little diamond shapes. It's looking quite nice. It's going to be nice shaded, isn't it? Okay, so turning it round, here we go again, and I'm going to get a couple in there. Again, keep them at different lengths. You don't want to have them all the same. There we go, just all working back towards that centre point. There we go, just having a little bit. Just a tiny little diamond at the top there. Okay, and this one, 2 in there, and in there. Oh, hi Alicia. Oh, don't worry, no, it's not that you're late, it's just nice that you've joined us. We can catch up later with what we're doing. We're in the throes of doing some little lines and diamonds at the minute. There we go. And turning it round. So here we go again. Now here, a bit tight. I might only put 1 in there. I don't want it to look all squished up. I want it to look, you know, quite natural. So if I think it's a little bit too tight, I'm not going to put 2 in. There we go. A little one on the top. Oh, Lindsay, if they're not on my website, I can put some of those on. Yeah, I've got some. We've got some in the office. I'll do that tomorrow. They're quite nice then, because they give you the framework for you to tangle in. So even if you don't want a colour, they're great for that. It's nice, isn't it? Oh, it's nice that you all had a good Christmas. It was a tricky one this year, wasn't it? I know. But there we go. Just adding those little diamonds. Just take the time to get those points in. If you're going to put a little diamond shape, then just take the time just to get them in. Okay. Oh, good morning, Diana. Goodness me, it's lovely, isn't it? But, we're getting on with this, and we can all meet up. It doesn't matter where we are, what time of the day. It's nice to get together and have something that we know we all enjoy. There we go. Okay, well, I'm liking that. All right, a couple of extra bits now. Here we go. So let's move that up a little. So I'm going to bring in, and I'm going to sort of come in between these points here, a little curved line, and I'm going to add a little diamond on the top, just as before, and then let's just add a couple, I might get 3 in it, down each side. And again, just take the time to get them, squares as such. And in we come, back to that curve. Okay. Oh, Chris, I hope it's nothing too serious. So, fingers crossed for her. But yeah, it's something worth celebrating, isn't it, when she comes home? Send her my best, will you? That's the thing, isn't it? At least we've got staff and people working still, so that's good. Okay, and then just join them back to that original curve. Alright, I'm not going to do all of them the same, and they're not going to go completely round the sides. It's just nice to see where some of them are going to come out in places. Okay, let's have a little bit of point on there. I see, I'm just continuing exactly the same diamond shapes we've used before. I'm just working my way around, just have one in there. I'm honestly not wanting to have it sort of symmetrical and all the way around. you know, sort of in every point. It's about just adding a few in as and where. See there, you've got, you know, there's enough in there. Let's put another one in here. So just put them, you know, where you think it suits your particular piece. And then don't look at what you've done before, because you want to do something a little bit different. Just working it in, bit at a time. Remember, you can always go back and add more in if you think you need a few more later. And I could actually go back in with a different colour pen and add a few in a different colour. That'd be quite nice. And let's see, I might do that. That'd be quite good. Which you might get one of my pens out in a minute and do that. But I think for now, just enjoy doing this little bit. Just watching that black ink sort of, you know, hit the page there. Let's have one sort of here. Again, just take your time, just focus on those tiny little diamonds, you know, getting the all four sides in a nice sort of point on the end of each little bit. There we go. Alright. No rush at all for this. It's just about, you know, just enjoying the moment there. Let's have another one in there. Just taking my time. Right, into this one here. Nice and gentle. Again, no rush, just make sure those corners. A larger one. I think the nice thing about these is you can have them going straight across and in front of others or behind. They're absolutely brilliant little filler type piece if you want it to be. And of course, I know we've done them before. We've done them with leaves, little bubbles on there. There's lots of options. You can change this up as to whatever you want it to be. No, Julie, that's my job. Do you know that's what Sanntangle is all about? It's just relaxing, having that moment. You know, we want to come out of this as though we've, you know, had a little bit of a nap. So absolutely no pressure at all. Nothing else matters. It's just about this moment and those little diamonds. There we go. Just bringing them back in. Let's have another one here. So I suppose, you know, the only thing I suppose that could spoil the moment is Benji has discovered his bark. 12 months in, he's decided that barking's fun. So and he doesn't do it a lot still, but you know, if he wants attention, by goodness, he'll bark. It frightens him. It's really funny actually, because he's not quite sure where it comes from, and he barks. He's like, my goodness, what was that? It's great. They are funny. Alright, we're going to do another one up here, I think. Again, it's just working in whatever space you've got. And if you you want to fill it a little bit more, do them bigger. Alright, just have a little one here. They can be nice and little if you want to. See, this one is sort of blowing this way, so I am going to come and put one in just on that. So we'll go in that side too. Let's have a look at that. All right. Okay, so I could come in and put more in if I want to, and we did sort of just mention, didn't we, about using a pen. So here we go. Let's just clear my stuff off my desk, and let's see what we can bring it. Oh, it just so happens I've got pinky purple pens across the top here. Let's have a look. Alright, always worth trying it first. I'm just going to turn my tile over. Let's just have a look at what we've got here. So I've got quite a pale magenta-y. And then I've got slightly more purpley. I'm going to go with that one. Okay, move the lid. So again, let's go a bit larger just so you can see. So now I'm just going to come in and just add a few. Just because I can. With a different colour. And this is something, you know, you don't always plan it. But if you suddenly think, oh, actually, I think that would look quite good. Then there's absolutely nothing stopping you from just changing things up a little bit and bringing something in. It's quite a nice way of looking at it, isn't it? So, you know, I did have coloured pencils on the desk, but I think actually this looks quite nice having a touch of colour in there. Okay. Just working in the same sort of process. There we go. Let's have another one there. You see, I can just work straight over the top. Everything's going to sort of blend together. Let's have another one there. Of course, you don't have to do this. You could have come in with a gel pen, you know, a gold or a silver or a white. You've just got to be aware, I suppose, with the gel pen, they're a little bit thicker, and it depends on what you're wanting, because that could just change it a little bit, and you know, just thicken up some of the lines a little bit, and we might not want to do that. There we go. So go a bit bigger with this one, but exactly the same design there, same tangle. There we go. Just adding those little diamonds on. Right. Oh, Julie, I bet you've put zingers on, haven't you? Absolutely. But that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. It's your tile. You know, if you want zingers on, do it. Alright. There's everybody out there saying, what on earth is a zinger? What is she talking about? There we go. So I'm not going to overdo. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so I could actually come in with my other pen. Nadia, that's a really good idea, isn't it? Just to sort of sketch along, and you get the ideas then, and you get the feel whilst we're sort of doing it, and then come back after and do it. There we go, look. A couple of little, let's have one in there. Alright. Okay, so into here. A few more. Okay, just ever so gently working my way along and around in a few areas there and along here. Okay, taking my time. Just nice and gentle. Oh, that's Seth. It's funny, you know, he's very inactive, Seth. He likes to sleep a lot. But if somebody walks past he doesn't like the look of, that's it. There we go. Alright, so just adding those extra little bit of colours around the edge just make quite a difference. I'm quite liking that. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use coloured pencils in that sense. I'm going to come back in now with my pencil and just work from the centre, and I'm going to work outwards, just working on that original teardrop shape there. And then I'm just going to add some across the top. Okay, so let's do the same with this side. See, I'm not particularly colouring neatly. It's just about getting some graphite on there. Now, because I'm not using a cartridge tile in my regulars, I'm using a coloured tile, so it's quite smooth. I'm going to take it easy with it because it doesn't need that much graphite to move. And of course, there we go. So I'm just going to pull one from the bottom up and one from the top down, just so we've got that little bit of a highlight there. And the same sort of here and there. Now you see, the thing is with this as well, sometimes you might put some of this pencil on and you think, oh, it's not quite enough, but that's great. You can go back and you can add another layer if you want to. So taking it off's a little bit tricky, but there we go. So just adding on, it's again leaving that little bit in the centre without any colour or any pencil. There we go. Just doing that little bit again. So I'm going to come back in and I'm just going to add some more, a bit heavier to that bottom section, and just ever so gently just soften it out. I'm not trying to pull it too far, just giving it a little bit of depth in the centre there. Okay, so let's work now on these elements. I'm just going to put some down that side and then down that side and this one and this one, and then here it's just going to be in the middle there. Okay, so let's work it down this side. So we've got a moment there and there, that one and that one, and again whilst we've got that one in sight, so I'm just going to come round with my tortillon and just soften those edges. See? Now I'm not taking it all the way around the shape, I just want the difference between the dark and the light. So nice and gentle. Okay. Now here hardly any space, so I'm just going to move back and forth just gently, just to soften the edge, but I'm still not going over the whole shape there. So if your shape's a little bit small and you can't sort of do your little swirly process, then just go in with the line. There we go. Okay. Whew. Alright, so here's the next one. Same sort of thing. Back in with that pencil. You can see why I sharpened it now. Down into this one. And there. Into that one. And just up there a little bit. You see, just getting it round. All the same points. So I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to do the same on this one. And just keep working my way around. So just on those sides. There, just up that centre bit a little bit there. And then back down. And back down. Okay, I might as well do this one. Dog's muscling in. I know. There we go. Just ever so gently add in those little bits. There we go, just at the sides. And now again, back in with that tortillon. Oh, let's start on this one again. Gentle swirls just to soften the edge. Just working on each one. And really gentle pressure. Of course, where you run out of space, we want to keep a highlight if we can, so just sort of run your tortillon up and down just a little. Just nice and gentle. And here, look, I've got a little bit more space, so I can swirl it out a little. And again. And then, of course, there's sort of already been done. So then let's work our way around this one. See, not much space, so just gently up and down that one. A little bit more so I can go to swirls. It's nice and gentle. Taking my time. This is the bit that makes all the difference, you know, so again, it's worth spending the time on. You don't want to be sort of just rushing around it and, you know, smoothing graphite here, left, right and centre. That's not what we're after. You want it to enjoy it. Okay, here we go, another one. So nice and gentle. Just taking my time. Little bits, you see, just systematically working my way around it. There we go. Nice and gentle. Okay, let's have a look at where we are so far. Oh, that's made a bit of a difference, hasn't it? Look at that. All right, back in with pencil. So, same as before, I'm gonna add some quite heavily to the side here. You see where I put that darker pen originally? Okay, let's do the other one. There we go. There we are. And around. And I'm pressing on a little bit here. I want this to be a little bit heavier. Okay, just on that bottom edge. And then of course back in. I'm just gonna soften the top. See, I'm not actually going in all the way. I'm just going across the top set. So I've actually left that bottom bit. Unless you've got a little bit. See here where I've not quite gone to the line. I'm just gonna ease that in. But other than that, it's not necessary. We're just trying to soften that edge. Okay. And just working my way around, just as before. And again. Well, bye, Catherine. Oh, it's nice of people popping in and out. It's absolutely fine. Let's have a look so far. Okay, all right, couple of bits then. I'm going to come back in with a black pen just for a moment, and just where we got these original lines, I'm going to come back in and redefine just part way up, just to bring them back to the foreground. See, not all the way to the top, just slightly part way up. It's just that when we use a lot of graphite, it's, you know, sometimes it can take over, and although we need it, we just want to, you know, redefine bits now and again. Okay. And just gently following the lines down. See? Just taking my time. Almost done. So I'm just going to do this one here. You See, I've not done all of them either. I've just done that sort of first 3. Oh, hi Julie. I'm glad you could join us. There's plenty to choose from. You don't have to start with this one if you don't want. There we go, just adding a little bit of flick in the middle. Let's have a look at that. Alright, okay, couple of bits then. We're almost. As I'm just going to delve into my pencil case, and that could be quite time consuming for how big it is. I wanted a white pencil. Here we go. Now I say white, it's sort of a chalk based pencil, and because I'm using a different colour tile, it's going to show up a little bit more. You know, when we looked at this element here where we've got the middle, I'm just going to enhance the white just in the middle. I don't want to go over the little diamonds we did, but I'm just going to highlight it a little. And then of course on this top side, now if you've got just a regular white tile, you can still do this, and you'll see it on your own, but it might not show up as much on the camera. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, you can see that a little bit, so you can see there. Okay, so again, just if you've got those little highlights, it just sort of brings them out a touch more. There we go, and see, I'm not wanting to sort of cover up those shapes, but let's just add a touch of white there. Okay, I don't have any plans to smooth it out any. I'm just going to add some and leave it. There we go, as I'm going around, nice and gentle. Julie, it's called a tortillon. Here we go, and it's, as you can see, it's rolled up paper. That's all it is, rolled up paper. You can get them off my website. They're on there. I think they're on there anyway. If they're not, I will add them back on over the next week. But they're an artist's sort of thing, sort of a blender really, and it just really helps. Without that, I think you'd struggle a little bit to get the shading. But, they're an absolute must, and they're not expensive at all. Well, they're rolled up paper, but you can. It's worth getting hold of a few anyway. They work brilliantly. Okay, see, I'm just putting those highlights in. Yeah, and of course, let's just add a little bit to that top section. You know, just a little bit. There we go. Of course, the darker your tile, the better that this highlight shows up. Let's have a look at that. Oh, look at that. All right. I do think, actually, you know, I did say about pencils. I am going to bring a little bit of coloured pencil in, just in that centre point, just to sort of, and again, I'm not colouring in. I'm just going over the top of that dark shading and just adding a hint of, 'cause it's just giving it a little bit of warmth, isn't it? So I'm not bringing it beyond. And then of course, let's just go along this edge, just quite lightly. It's just adding a little bit of warmth there, see? Oh, they carried. I do have some in stock. I will add them to the website tomorrow, as we're back in the office prepping for next show. So I'll do that tomorrow. Alright, okay, so again, just nice and lightly. Well, you can tell I'm not in the office today, Leslie, if you're there. I'm not getting my cup of tea halfway through. I don't know what John's doing. I think he's upstairs doing something or other. Oh, are they, Julie? I will put them on my website tomorrow. Just gonna put a little bit in there. See, just a little bit of colour, just that touch of warmth. Alright, let's have a look. Whew. Look at that. Do you know that little hint of colour with the pens around the outside has made the world of difference, isn't it? I think it's absolutely, yeah, I'm loving that one. My goodness me. Oh, okay, last thing to do then for tile 96 It is. Let's put a signature on it. So it's never a full signature. It's just initials. There we go. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope you give it a go. I think, you'll be really surprised with it. So, yeah, depending on what colour you do. I mean, you don't have to use a black pen. You could use anything you like. You could go in, as I say, with silver and gold gel pens, bits of glitter, make a lovely little topper, I think. I know, Janet, I'm going to have to go down and kick him, I think, now. Sorry, where's my cup of tea? But no, all good. So hopefully, if you like this one and you're up for the challenge, I'll see you back here tomorrow for tile number 97, and we'll see what comes of that one. So have fun with this one. Post as normal. Let me see what you're doing. And yeah, all being well, if you've got a chance, I will see you again tomorrow. So, all right, everybody, take care. Don't get too drunk and don't eat too many chocolates because you'll regret it. Okay, you have a good one, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.